Hey everyone, I'm Big Mike and welcome to Twentey Studios, the spot where we break down everything you need to know about graphic design. In today's lesson, we are taking a beginner-friendly tour of Adobe's Photoshop interface. By the end of this video, you know exactly how to navigate the interface and get comfortable with the tools you need to get started with. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the main menu. This is where the magic begins. Think of it as the control center of Photoshop. Every action you take, from creating new files to editing your work, can be found right here at the top. It's like the brain of Photoshop guiding your every move. In the File tab, you open new project, save your work, and access important settings. The Edit tab will also help you undo mistakes, copy, paste, or adjust preferences. The Image tab is where you find tools to adjust the look of your design, from brightness to your canvas size or your image size. These options are all essential to your workflow and accessible in one convenient place. The beauty of the main menu is its simplicity and how it organizes all the tools you use most frequently. As you get more familiar with the Photoshop interface, you find yourself using this bar constantly. So get used to it because it's your primary navigation tool for everything. On the far left side of the screen, you see a narrow panel known as the Tools panel. This panel contains all the tools you use in Photoshop. The tools are represented by various icons, and to select a tool, simply click on it. You can easily identify the active tool because it will have a highlighted square behind it in the panel. Each tool has its own unique mouse cursor, which changes as you use different tools. This visual change helps you know exactly which tool is active. You might notice that many of the icons feature a small white arrow at the bottom right corner. If you click and hold on these icons, a menu will appear with additional tools in that set. For example, holding the brush tool reveals extra tools, and holding the shape tool shows a variety of shape-related options. Keep in mind that some tools are grouped together in sets. Now, when you look just below the Tools panel, you'll see two overlapping squares. The top one represents the foreground color and the bottom one represents the background color. As you can see, the foreground is set to black and the background is set to white. Above these squares, there's a button labeled Swap Foreground and Background. By clicking this, it will instantly swap the foreground and background color. Right next to the Swap button, we have the Default button. The Default button resets the color to their default settings, that is black for the foreground and white for the background. Now, right below the menu bar, we have the Options bar. The Options bar works hand in hand with the Toolbar. For example, if you select a tool from the Tools panel, you notice that the Options bar updates to show different settings and options relevant to the selected tool. These options can be adjusted to customize how the tool works, making the control panel a vital part of the workflow. Looking on the right-hand side, you'll notice some visible panels along with a slim column of icons. These icons represent additional panels that you can display by clicking on them. For instance, we have icons for the history and property panels. Clicking an icon will cause the panel to pop out, and clicking it back again will snap it back in. Below is another icon that similarly reveals a panel when clicked. Next to these icons are panels that are already visible. These are layers, libraries, and color panels. If you observe closely, these panels often contain additional tabs. For example, within the Layers panel, You'll also find the channels and part panels. You'll quickly see that, much like the control panel, these panels are crucial tools for creating and editing work in Adobe Photoshop. Every time you open a photo or create a new file in Photoshop, it shows right up here at the document window. The document window is where all the magic happens. It is your drawing board or canvas. It's where you create and edit your designs or photos. Every time you open or create a new file in Photoshop, it shows up right here. If you open more than one, they will appear as tabs at the top, just like on a web browser. This makes it easy to switch between projects. Let's talk about zooming in and zooming out. If you want to get closer to your design to work on the small details, you can use a zoom tool over here or just press Ctrl+ on your keyboard. Need to zoom out, you just have to hit the Ctrl-. Easy, right? Yes, and that's a brief introduction to the Photoshop interface. By now, you should have a good feel for where things are and how to start navigating this amazing tool. Remember, it might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but with practice, it will soon feel like second nature. Take time to explore these sections, click around, and don't be afraid to experiment. The more you use it, the better you get. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you also need help in downloading Photoshop, send help and I'll help you out in the comment section. In the next video, we are diving into something exciting. Stay tuned and stay creative. Bye.